I have never made a second follow-up video on the same subject quite as quickly as this one. But I'm freaking mad. I'm freaking upset and pissed off. And even my cat Basket is upset. You can't tell she's asleep, but she's really pissed off because this shit is insane. So I've covered MMOs for about 4 years now, but in the wake of what's happening with Ashes of Creation, a lot of stuff is just falling out. Yesterday we found out that the game is basically dead. Everyone is being laid off. And I woke up this morning to finding out that all my call to empathy yesterday was kind of warranted because all those people are not getting paid. Basically, everybody that was working on the game is getting screwed. They're getting screwed over. They're not getting paid for any of their work. But there's even more because all of this stuff seems to have been percolating for a long time. And I want to bring attention to a friend of mine and a fellow content creator that seems to have been dealing with a lot of shit that it just Nice Gaming is one of the most genuine content creators in this space, and they seem to have been going through a lot of shit, unfortunately, with MMOs that they seem to pick, because they were fans of New World, and they were fans of Ashes of Creation, and they were fans of Elder Scrolls Online. And now to those MMOs, there's one still standing. So Nice Gaming, there's a comment that I want to read for you here. And this is not a scripted video, so this is not going to be as well edited or put together, but I'm just freaking mad and I want to put this out here. So Nice Gaming said on Twitter this morning, also, it turns out Steven knew and all but aided in RMT, and RMTers lied to me on camera and had a lot of other stuff going on behind the scenes. But perhaps there's a story for another day. So that's just a start of all this shit. My God, because it gets worse. There's another creator that I'm also friends with, Jamie Chaos, that actually had me on his podcast, who's a very kind person. And apparently Steven was beefing with this creator simply because, I don't know, I guess he didn't like the fucking game. Holy shit. Just take a look at some of these DMs that are now being leaked out into the open, which is insane that a CEO of a company this big is this childish. My God, how is this the person that is in charge of all these people that are now losing their livelihoods over this? This is just, it's so mind-boggling to me that all these people that were putting in all that effort on this game and all these people that trusted that this game would be a thing were at the whims of this. Brother, it makes me so sad to read this. It just feels toxic. Phase 3 work is happening on dev and being tested on dev and our QA branches. I didn't expect this from you, Richie. Perhaps I had a false sense of understanding friendship. It's one thing to have critical feedback or questions. It's another thing to meme and add to the doubters when the team is busting their asses. I don't bring this up because it has wide reach or causes any issues, but rather disappointment. I figured our relationship was good enough that you could message me if you are curious or have complaints instead of memes. I guess I should at least throw out here that all of this is alleged. I don't know. But holy shit, man. I hate gross humans. Ugh. The one that surprises me the most, though, to be honest, is Jamie. Thought we had a good friendship, but then he went so sour so fast. It was weird. I mean, it isn't like they had large followings. What the fuck? Between the Doomers, Richie, Jamie, and the jackass Jalen, but it's just interesting to see how people change. LOL, wild. What is wrong with this person? I've never talked to Steven. I don't know this person. I didn't cover Ashes that much except in passing because it's not an MMO that I really care about. The only thing that I can compare it to is some of the games where people I have talked to. I've talked to people in Pantheon, I've talked to people in EverQuest, I've talked to people in Monsters and Memories, I've talked to people in Stars Reach. The conversations I've had with those people are infinitely more professional at every single level than any one of these conversations I'm seeing with this person who's supposed to be the CEO. This is nuts. I don't understand. And at this point, I'm just feeling bad for everyone involved. The other part of this with some of these messages that is even more nefarious, and I want to kind of point this out because having been a content creator, I can honestly say that I have never felt stressed by any game to be positive about a game, that I've never felt pressured to modulate my opinion and say something nice when I don't feel good about a game. And if I do, I'm not going to cover that game. What these DMs feel like, what they read like, is the CEO of a company, of a game, pressuring content creators to be more positive and using other content creators, talking shit about other content creators to threaten those other content creators to be positive. This, I've never seen anything like this. I don't think I ever thought I would see anything like this. I don't know what to say anymore at this stage. I just feel bad for everyone involved. My gut reaction was to feel bad for all the employees because, of course, they're losing out. Hi, Basket. Because they're losing out on things like, their jobs and things like, future prospects, and being labeled working on a scam is not going to exactly help you. And you spent 3 to 4 or 5 years working on a scam is not exactly something that's going to be great on your resume. So calling it a scam is not exactly helpful to them when they're putting that on their LinkedIn. And so that's why I called for empathy and to not call it that. But that at this point, I just feel, I feel bad for. At this point, all I can say is go check out these content creators right now. Nice Gaming, Jamie Chaos. Jamie Chaos right now has moved on a while ago to covering World of Warcraft. So if you're interested in World of Warcraft, go check out Jamie Chaos. But man, the fact that they were putting up with this kind of immaturity, it's crazy. Whew. That's nuts, man. Just, wow. It's all on Twitter. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot of stuff. I'm sure more things are going to be coming out in the coming days. I don't like covering drama because in general, drama goes very fast and it tends to evolve and there's always multiple sides to it. So I'm like, just at this point, it's just like, this is nuts. I don't know what else to say. I've said that a couple times. This is me off script, and off script is not very good and it's not good content. So I apologize, but I felt I needed to say something. And I needed to stand up for my fellow content creator friends because I feel like this shit sucks for them. Please go show some love to Jamie Chaos, to Richie, and to Nice Gaming because my God, they've been dealing with a lot, and I'm sure they'll be dealing with a lot more in the coming days. So some kind words to them, I think, would be really appreciated. Fuck, man.